Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Admiral Pegasus, and on today's show we're going to be delving into the Mirror Universe. Yes, the new content released for June 2024 is the Mirror Universe. Now, we're not going to cover the officers that's involved in this. What we're going to be doing is covering how to get into this, what you actually need to do, the crews, well, basically the crew that you've got, and the different things that's actually contained within here. But before we get into all that, if you'd like to know when I drop new videos or go live, please subscribe to the channel. So, Mirror Universe dropped on the 4th of June 2024. Basically introduced us to this nice, massive section of clouded space just to the southwest of Klingon space. So if you wanted to even more, it's to the south of Actian space, which is that little circle there, or the Augment space, which is a little bit higher up. Now, there are a few topsy-turvies in here as well, where things that you would normally think would go have a direct counterpart to it actually don't. And more so, you'd actually notice within here, within these first two systems. So Mirror Bajor and Mirror Sol, these are the first two systems that you're going to get with, and obviously it connects all the way up here with the level 5 system Aro, but there's no, that system's a complete and utter waste of space. But if we actually jump into the Mirror Bajor system, obviously you've got the Bajoran wormhole, you've got Terok Nor, but as well, as you can see as well, you've got a hub planet. Yes, you've got a couple of hub planets in here, so basically you can move your base closer. Now, quick caveat here. Watch out for your Q's trials. If you do move to either this system or Sol, because Sol's the same, but we're going to point out a problem with Sol in a minute. There is a chance your hostile will appear in mirror space. I know. I actually did that one myself. I totally forgot I was in Mirror Sol. Did a Q's trials. It dropped into mirror space, so I just had to let the timer run out on that one. But anyway, Mirror Sol up next. Now you've got a couple of systems in a couple of planets in here as well. That are hub systems, hub planets. Sorry, but again, my problem here. Since when is there a planet like that in the Terran system? My 4-year-old can actually recite every single planet, all the dwarf planets, all the moon, well, pretty much most of the moons. In fact, he's got more knowledge on the system than I have. And if I put this to him, he'd be turning around and say, that's not in the solar system. But I suppose Scopely had to do something. If they really wanted to make a hub system, a hub planet in here, they could have actually just used Terra, the moon, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. They could have just used them. Mars and Terra would probably be your better options for it. Oh, and Venus as well. Venus has got a solid surface, however it's pretty hot, but obviously by the time Star Trek airs, we've actually terraformed Venus so it's more habitable and it's not as hot. I think they got rid of the sulfur rain as well. But that being said, it is the Mirror Universe, so yeah, I suppose Scopely were always going to add some curveballs in somewhere. So basically, they're the systems that you can put your base in if you would like. Now, the next three systems are your primary entry points. I mean, you do have a system down here, Mirror Cardassia, a little bit further away from Bajor, but to be perfectly honest, right, there's nothing of worth in this system. Literally not worth. Now, I will quickly mention as well, you do have the 3 classification of ships, and you've got specific ships in here that come with these abilities. So here you've got dismantlement at the start of each round. If the enemy has hull, if the player, so that's you, has hull breach, the ship increases weapon damage by 20% for 1 round. Obviously, that's something that just keeps carrying on, providing that you are hull breached. Photophobia. At the start of each round, if the enemy player, you, is hull breached, this ship increases isolatic damage by 10% for 1 round, and all ship abilities are always active. And then, of course, you've got this one, at the start of combat, this has a chance to apply hull breach to you as well. for the duration of combat. So basically means those other two bits, the damage and the isolytic, will keep working. Now, the rewards for these are pretty standard. Steel, that's it. Pure steel. So if you are below Ops 40, because I should have said this, it is Ops 40 content, but if you are between 35 and 40, by all means, come in, crack in here. Good source of titanium, in all honesty. If you've got the ships to do it, I would highly recommend that you do actually come in here and just grind it out. All three different classifications will all carry steel. I mean, as you can see, this one is Alliance Warbird. That's our D4. And then obviously the Interceptor. No, we've already looked at that one. Oh, okay, so the Interceptors and the Explorers are Gala-class warships. So we obviously know them from the Cardassian space. But that will operate through all 6 systems here. All 6. So go grind if you want, if you are below Ops 40. Now, if you are Ops 40, you will gain access to this content. You will not be able to gain access below Ops 40. You will need it. Because pure and simple, you need to start in one particular place when doing this loop. And of course, you know me, I'm going to walk you through the loop. So, first place you're going to go is the refinery, and you're going to click on Mirror Universe. Nicely placed at the top. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pick this first chest right here, Mirror Expeditions free chest. Now, it does say at the top, maximum vouchers 900. That's sadly all you're going to get. I'm over that limit, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to pull this, but it is on a 3-day cooldown. It is a 3-day cooldown, so just be aware of that one. But if we click into this, what you're going to have is you're going to have these vouchers, which is what gains you access to Mirror Space. And as you can see there, clearly stated, Ops 40. That's it. Now, you might be able to see the tab before Ops 40, but can you do anything with it? No, you can't. This lot probably won't even appear. So if you are below Ops 40, by all means, keep watching, because we will be going through the refinery step by step. So now, as well, we've got the drop rates here. You've reached the maximum number of vouchers to spend them. So spend them to obviously claim this chest again. But you'll also notice here that there are 2 particular exocoms. One is a loot for anything in the Mirror Universe. I do not think that is the Parseal ones. This is going to be everything beyond those 3 access systems, which we're going to talk about shortly. And then as well, there's a mining boost, because trust me, the mining in these systems is ridiculous. I've got a couple of miners on docks ready just to show you the average rates. But what we'll do as well, I do believe I do have at least one of each of these, so we will show you the mining one on to go with it. So that's the first place you're going to go. The next place you're going to go before you even go into it is to make sure that you go and claim these. Now, you will get this. It's on a 20-hour cooldown, not a 22, a 20-hour cooldown. And obviously, you will be able to do 2 pulls of this. So you've got 400 today, and then 20 hours later you can pull another 400 before you breach the 500 limit. So once you breach that 500 limit, obviously you're not going to be able to see it again. So you're going to need them. Trust me, you are going to need them. What are you going to do with those vouchers? Well, you're going to look at the 3 systems in the purplish, whitish coloured haze of Mirror Alpha Centauri, Mirror Wolf. Just says Mirror Wolf, not 359, just Wolf, and Mirror Sirius. So you're going to go to one of these 3 systems, and obviously, as you can see, they do connect up to other systems within this space. Now you can see that I've got some highlighted, some that I haven't. The ones I haven't, there is a reason why. The ones I have got highlighted, they're the ones I've already been in. Now, you will also notice there's a few systems needed that I've got this particular word extract on them. We will cover that, do not worry. But anyway, if I try to travel to this particular system, which is connected up to Mirror Sirius, as you can see, I can't travel to this system directly. I have to use what the Rift keys. So how do we do that? Well, it's pure and simple. What we're going to do is we're going to take a ship and we're going to take it to Mirror Sirius. And as you can see in some ships in here, you've got this one here, and then Enterprise D and Galaxy Class X from All Good Things in the Next Generation. And as you can see, it's an interceptor, not an explorer. So this is what I mean. Some things have been turned topsy-turvy. So, but obviously these are Starfleet vessels. Your Defiant is actually a battleship, not an interceptor. Well, it makes sense because the Defiant is effectively an escort ship, but she's definitely a battleship. And then for the Explorer, well, it's just the dreaded Newton. So, yeah, there we go. Now, you can see this rift right here as well. This is going to be your entry point into mirror space. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to park your ship in this system. But before you even go there, you will need to make sure that you are crewed out. And what crew am I going to suggest? Well, I'm going to recommend Max Loot. All right. To begin with the early stages, and that's all I'm going to show you in this video because I can't really get much further than that. This is the loadout that I am using. I'm using Enterprise E Picard and Enterprise E Data. That's for the loot. But they also both contain isolytic damage below deck as an officer ability. Now, the third option, the third officer on the bridge is up to you. 5 of 11 for the loot, or Captain Janeway for the isolytic damage. Now, bearing in mind, obviously, the more isolytic damage you can bring, the better. So I'm not going to discourage either way. So, below deck, Hugh, critical damage. Make sure it's absolutely critical. You have critical damage, critical chance. Make sure he's below deck. These ships, it doesn't matter. It does not matter about critical because you still need it to defeat them. Okay, so there you go. Mariner, damage increase. So let's bring the box up, shall we? Winging it, 140% increase to damage, weapons damage. Absolute bonus because remember, any weapons damage you add increases the amount of isolytic damage you can do. Okay, so making sure that Mariner's there, not Tindy. Tindy's brilliant because she increases your whole health. Brilliant. Trust me, not really going to be needed unless you really want to do it. But I would recommend Mariner for the weapons damage. If you've got her maxed, even better. Even if you've got her at tier 1 or tier 2, it's a start. It's extra damage towards isolytic. Next up is the Doctor, increasing loot. Below deck, increasing loot. So making sure that I'm getting that loot. And then finally, Nurse Chapel, increasing isolytic damage again. Against non-Amanda hostiles. So great, put her on there. So remember, this is how isolytic works. And it's just a quick one. All your standard weapons damage, including all your researchers' standard weapons damage, including all your officers for standard damage, added together makes isolytic damage. But it also goes further. Any critical damage you have, so your ship's standard 10%, standard 150% increase in damage. Any research, any officers that increase critical damage, all added together, added with weapons damage, makes isolytic damage even more potent. So that is isolytic cascade. That's my general understanding of it. Rev did show the formula for it, and it was like, it's longer than this screen. If I typed it out to a point where you could read it, it's longer than this screen. So just bear that in mind. But again, that's the crew I'm taking in. Now, I'm sure your below decks may look a little bit different. Maybe you will want to have Tindy below deck for that extra hull. Lower 40s, yeah, I can actually see the reason. Higher 40s and 50s, depending on what you're actually killing. Or Odo, increasing your damage as well for below deck is another good idea. But yeah, I mean, generally work it out what will work for you. But I trust me, with what I'm about to show you, this is perfect. This is perfect for it. Now, faction ships, obviously, yes. Obviously, I have the G4 rare, increased loot. So that's just basically increasing my loot. But obviously, if you do have like the G4 epics, the G5s, the G6s, then by all means, smash them out. I mean, hell, you might even have a different crew that you might want to use. There's a crew that higher up you might want to use. If you do, please drop it in the comment section down below. So, but anyway, what we're going to do is going to fly the Newton to one of these systems. And I'm going to point out what could potentially be another bad thing. Now, as you can see here, it's saying use Rift. No, I can't use the Rift. So what I need to do is I need to bring the Newton in. It's going to take about a minute. So what you're going to see here is the Rift kit vouchers. These are what you are going to need, as I've already said, to gain access to the Mirror Universe. So as you can see, set course, so just make sure it goes in. When you do actually get into the system, click on use Rift. Okay, and what that will do is it will just ask you simply just to confirm that you want to use the Rift. And what it will do is it will use 300 vouchers. Obviously, we will be able to show you this in about 5 seconds when it actually stops. So, perfect. My rabbiting usually does actually work. So here we go. Use Rift. Now, it's obviously asking you to confirm it. It's telling you the cost. And it's also showing you a timer. You have a limited amount of time in this space. Now, you can use that to your advantage, but it can also at the same time really work against you. It can. And I'll tell you how it can work against you as we go through. So we're going to click on use Rift and we're going to jump. As you can see, the ship's basically just going to warp and then it will just simply appear in the next system. Now, obviously, you can't view the systems until you're actually in there. So just bear that in mind. Now, here are your targets. So obviously, it looks like I've got a couple of people grinding, so we'll just try and find one a little bit further away. So obviously, these are going to have the same abilities. Every single one of the Mirror Universe will have these abilities. So just bear that in mind. But here, this is where it's different. Now, this is the loot that these carry. And this is what's called Trillium A. Raw Trillium A. You can get this by grinding out these ships. Now, there has been an event running for the early days, which is basically going out for me and killing 50 Mirror Universe tags. It didn't matter what level, just killing 50. So now, obviously, that's showing you 16. So what we're going to do is I'm going to attack it and show you how much loot I'm going to pull off this thing. And there's a reason why I'm pulling, so using the max loot crews. So easy kill for me. As you can see, it's turned that 16 into 66. So that's fine. More loot for me. Now, as well, these things have a 100% drop rate on the chests. They have a 100% drop rate. So you will be able to get plenty of these mega chests. Sorry, I've got a little bit of indigestion. And obviously when you claim it, and this is predominantly why you're doing this, raw Trillium A and then some random extra bits as well. So you can see there, that target only was supposed to drop 16. Now, if I'd not come in with a full loot crew, I wouldn't have ended up with that 66. But that chest has actually made that target even more valuable. So this is extremely valuable, just grinding. Okay, just grinding. So there, out of that one ship, I've got 166. So, but of course the forties are too small for me. They're not giving me enough, in my opinion, enough loot for what I actually need at Ops 49. Now, there is a chart available with the other content creators, which shows a lot of stuff for polls and costs and things like that. It's too much for me to put in this video. Okay, I don't know the chart off the top of my head, so I can't just spout it out and put a screenshot up. That's something I have to sit down and just work out. So now, as you can see, obviously you've got the extract rift, which will send me straight back to Sirius. Obviously, if I just put myself in there and then click on the rift, it's obviously use rift. No cost. Basically, that's just going to send me straight back to Sirius. Now, obviously, I don't want to go back there, but I want to use one of the other rifts. Now, as you can see, I've got one that's rift to Archer, and if I move around, I've got one to Tal Ceti, and I've got one that's going to take me to a premium system within the Mirror Universe. So I'm going to take that because this is going to give me the chance to show you what these cost. In fact, I'll tell you what, before we do that, let's just quickly jump up to this one so I can show you the cost of jumping to this particular system. Now, obviously, I've not opened Tal Ceti yet because I've not been there, but I do want to go to this premium system, and all these premium systems are actually surrounded by this gold loom. So you're going to know where they are. And then obviously there's another one up here as well. This is in the high end of Mirror Universe. This is what they predominantly called the uncommon section. I believe I've been in this. Yes, I've briefly been into this section. And if I actually show you this particular system right here, so if we click on there, obviously the brilliant part about using the NX-01 is I can peer into a system I've unlocked. So that's going to make it a lot easier for me. Now, as you can see in here, there's a load of traders. These are a Brucey bonus, okay? These are a Brucey bonus because when you click on them, as you can see, they are surveys. They also operate the exact same abilities, but this is what you want. Ship parts. Broken ship parts. But also reputation. Yes, actual reputation. And it's same reputation across the board. So guess what? You can do some rep grinding in here. But bearing in mind, you've got 20 minutes. That includes your travel time. Because look, while I've been sat here rabbiting on, oh, I've only got 14 minutes left. Now you can see the green rift here. I'll quickly get this in. This means going back to one of the uncommon areas. But of course, you're going to need the uncommon rift keys. Yeah. So you're going to get them from the refinery. Hopefully we're going to find them as we go through. Oh, my time has expired. Gee, what a shocker. However, through the systems that I've actually generally been into, I've not found those traders anywhere else in the common area. These are the 51s. I can't kill these damn things. I've already tried once. I got a sword, but again, these are back to Trillium, and that's a decent quantity of 275. So realistically, that's going to give me around about 500. Hang on, no, 16. So what was it? 16 to 66. That was 16, 32, 48. 3 times. So if we add that 600, 700, around about 800 out of that one. 8 to 900, give or take. So it's actually not particularly that bad. I have looked at the 48s as well. Obviously it's gold at the minute because I can peer into that system. But of course what we want to be doing is going over to this premium system, which we're going to go to now. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That'll disappear in just a second. But anyway, so traveling to these systems, if I use Rift, as you can see, it's going to tell me it's going to cost me 100 keys, which means I can travel actually to around about 36 different systems if I really, really wanted to in the uncommon. Now, that is potentially possible with me within the 20 minutes, but bearing in mind, what is also going to take up the time is this. It's just traveling across the system. That will eat into your time. So please bear that in mind when you do go around these things. So set a course there. So as you can see, that was going to take 19 seconds to get. So that's 19 seconds out of my 20 minutes. Now, yes, I've been rabbiting, so I'm going to lose time no matter what. I'm not bothered. I'm doing this for you guys. So it's absolutely not a problem for me. Ooh, what we got? It says 7, so that's a lot. Oh, here we go. So I just quickly claim these. Okay, so they're all claimed. Now I'm going to click on this for using the Rift into the premium system. Now, as you can see, this is only going to cost me 40 premium tokens. Brilliant. And again, where you're going to pull these from? Well, the in-app store. Yes, the in-app store. So once I've used all these up, I won't be able to travel to this system, which is a bit of a butt nugget. But hey ho, it is what it is. So, why not got out of that system? I don't know, because obviously it's a premium. It's a deep space system. So here we are in the premium system. Now, as you can see, we've got level 45 hostiles in here, but we've also got some of these Trillium A nodes. Now, yes, you can come and mine, but your miner is going to be affected by the 20-minute timer. So just bear that in mind. But if you actually see the mining rate that my Newton's got for these things, 24 an hour. And if you can see the timer just to fill my cargo bay of 371,000, it's going to take me nearly 2 years. Nearly 2 years to actually mine this. Yeah, 2 years is a long cry away from 20 minutes. So, now, I am actually going to show you, while we've got some time left, that realistically, right now, mining is a complete and utter waste of time. It's a complete and utter waste of time. Let's start with the Horizon. This is a maxed out Horizon. And as you can see, it's got a 3.6 million cargo. So I can basically drain this node. But it's going to take me 31 days. And that's not even a full node. If we can try... I don't even know if we can actually find a full node nearby. No, it looks like a lot of people have actually been trying to mine. Now, as you can see as well, it's saying that my ship can't reach the node, which is fair dues. Disco summoning, the Spatial Rift and the Borg's Transwarp network does not work on this. Well, anyway, we're closer to 3 million here. And as you can see, I'm nearly at 34 days mining. Yeah, for those of you who are old enough to know, this brings you back to the good old days of mining that raw latinum in those special latinum systems when you were grinding out the early Borg probes and hunting for that elusive Borg Devore with that antique key. When you put them, and then obviously you'd send a miner and he'd be sat there for weeks and weeks just mining that one particular node. This is generally what you're going to have here. But if we upgrade to a G4 ship, as you can see, the mining rate has not increased that much. But yeah, it's still 3.5 weeks worth of mining. Now, I thought it's just as a long shot here, I'm going to throw the North Star in. North Star's really bad. I mean, it's only got some more cargo, but as you can see, 21 hours to actually put 2,000. No, hang on. Sorry, 59,000. So technically, I could try and do it. But again, it's a 20-minute timer. Not really going to make much difference in the grand scheme of things. If we actually do some quick math on this one, because it is a 20-minute timer, 2007 divided by 3. So basically, I'd only walk away with about 930. Because bear in mind, it's going to take me time to jump to these areas. So about 900 to 930. Not realistically much good at mining. So what would be the next best option? Simple. Go after the ships. This one's going to give me 25. So again, we're going to go after it. 3 times the amount. That's going to be around about 75 to 81. Somewhere in there. I can't remember what number I actually had. But it's going to be nice and easy for me to kill. Go out, grind these out all day long. As you can see, they're 103. Okay, that was 103. These all pay out exactly the same. So just bear that in mind. They all do pay out the same. So, to be perfectly honest, why waste 20 minutes mining when I can spend a few minutes grinded a few of these out and I've equaled the same amount. But as well, out of these is the mega chest, and this is another reason why I say grinding is probably going to be a better option here. Okay, so if we actually click on that, as you can see, 103 we got out of it. The mega chest, giving me an extra 100. That's 203. That one hostile is just giving me 203. Okay, so pretty much 5 hostiles. That's it. I've done that mining. I've done that mining time. So that's that. Now there are other systems as well. Now I did say that do these extract ones. So if we're gonna quickly click on this, this is your best way out of these things. As you can see right here in the system is an extract rift, which is going to take you straight back to one of those systems. Now, do not worry about using these or having to travel to one of these, because once the 20-minute timer has finished, your ship will automatically leave the mirror universe. As you can see, in about 3.5 minutes, I'm going to leave. Now, we need to also mention this. Protected cargo does not exist in this universe. Okay, so me here with a max protected cargo crew means jack crap. Means absolutely nothing. And I'll prove that to you by showing you the Newton. If you actually look at the cargo bar, there is no divide. There is no divide in there. Soon as you kill these hostiles, you get so much as just one piece of loot. That's it, you're OPC. Now, another thing as well, if you are destroyed by these things, any loot you had, you lose. If these things destroy your ship, you lose all that cargo. Now, that, depending on how sore you feel about that, would depend on whether that's a bad thing or a good thing. Because for me, I'm grinding these things. I'll probably walk away with around about 4,000, 5,000 loot when I'm actually fully on it. But if they destroyed me, I'd lose the whole lot. I would lose the whole lot. Now, if I went up until the last fraction of bit of hull I had left, and then just sat there, I'm taking that loot home with me. But there is another way around this. You saw how much loot you got out of the chest, right? Yes, fine, I'm pulling 103 off these things when I'm actually killing them. But you saw how much was in that chest, right? There's 100 in there. So, really, you don't have to be that sore about it. You don't have to be that sore about losing all the loot that you've just actively grind for. Because every one of them gives you a chest with 100 in it. So we'll go for this most recent one I've just killed. 103. Claim the chest. An extra 100. And I got some parts. Common parts, but that's fine. So, oh God. I had to get some milk when I finish recording. So, realistically, going after the chest is actually far more important. Now, when you do go out into, when you eventually get into the uncommon area of the mirror universe, you're going to end up with new types of ships. So I believe this is an uncommon system. So if we actually click on that, and then we see into the system, there you go. So you've got some level 48s here, and we'll click on this, as you can see this, and then boom, this is giving you some new Trellium. Trellium D. Now, for those of you who remember Star Trek Enterprise, Trellium D was used in liquid form to line the hulls to protect against the effects of the anomalies in the in the expanse. So, but for some reason here in this universe, it's quite predominant. Now, there are small amounts. I don't know what loot you're going to get off these, what the chests are like off these things, because I've not actually killed one of these yet. But again, the amounts of Trellium that you will receive are small. So again, it's most likely going to fall down on those chests. Actually, I do think they are Trellium D chests. I do think they are Trellium D chests. But again, I haven't got... oh no, the ship's gone home. So I'll tell you, where are we? Oh, in Centauri. So what I'll do is I'll fly over to Syria, because I believe I went through this way to get to it. Yes, I did. So what we'll do is we'll go up and we'll go kill one of these things so we can actually see the chests that we're going to get off these things. So let's cut to the mirror oven, shall we? Okay, just quickly, I have noticed one little problem here. To access the uncommon space, you need to access the premium first. Yes. So, as you can see here, if we scroll in a little bit further, there is no direct connection to the uncommon space without going through the premium system. So, yeah, that's going to make it a little bit more interesting for you. I mean, we've got... Hang on. That's standard space as well. So yeah, so to get into Uncommon, you will need to go through the premium system, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, really. But anyway, so let's jump over to the next system, where we're going to drop into Mirror Altair, because quickly I want to mention there's a mission in there. Okay, so here in Mirror Altair, if you go to this planet here, there is a mission also available. And I'll quickly show you what this mission is. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually claim that particular mission here. So it's into the mirror. And these are the rewards that you're going to get. So you can see I'm going to get some uncommon keys as well as this mirror dust, which you use for research. So we're going to look at that in just a moment. But you can see I'm also getting an extra 2 trips into the premium. Now I'm going to click donate. I'm going to complete this mission because I could do with those keys. So donate. Literally, I can do this within 2 runs, and that's it. Done. So I literally saved that for this video. Nice, quick, and easy to complete. So here we go. So as you see, we do need these uncommon keys just to gain access to the uncommon area. Now, Hoven is an extract system as well. So basically means that you can grind out in there and just then go home when you actually want to. Now the travel time obviously is boring, and it does eat into your time, but as you can see, 100 uncommon keys, that's absolutely fine. Again, that gives me 4 runs into the system. So if we click on that, and then we can actually go straight into the system. As you can see, we've got these 48s here. There's the extract in the system. So if we look at this Explorer here, Gala-class warship, these are a lot stronger than my ship. But again, let's see what damage we can take off them. So, yep, they're barely affecting my ship. So let's have a look what we got then. So here we go, 20 Trellium A and 33 Trellium D. That's all you're going to get out of this. And here's the mega chest. 50 Trellium D. So 83 Trellium D for that. So now these are level 48s. I'm sure that the higher levels will contain more of the loot. But that's down up to you to actually decide if you want to go out there and have a look. I'm not going to, because obviously I'm conscious about how long the video is already. So let's jump into the refinery. I'm going to extract the Newton, and so we can actually see this in working, and then I'm going to send it home, and then we're going to jump into the refinery. So here we go, got a bird of prey coming after me, and use riff, and off we go straight back to Alpha Centauri. I think has put me in. No, it's dropped me off in Wolf. But anyway, so we're going to recall the ship, so that's going to go home. But let's jump into the refinery and start looking at some of these chests. So we've already covered the first two chests. The next up is going to be the Trillium D that you will need to refine. Yep, so as you can see here, Trillium A, bring it in here. This is what I'm going to get. I'm going to get some dust, depends on whatever, and I'm also going to get that liquid Trillium D. Now if we actually look at this, as you can see, the regular pull is 80% for common dust, 20% for the large one, and then I've only got a 33% chance of getting the rare dust. Nice. Now there is a piece of research that does increase the amount of rewards, and as you can see here, this is what you're going to get. So I'm going to go from 40 to 55 liquid Trillium D. Huh? Oh yeah. And then obviously me common dust is going to jump from 150 to 300 to 200 to 400, and me rare is going to jump from 155 to 200. But as well, the costs are going to jump up as well. The 2 chest is very expensive, so unless you plan on making multiple runs, bearing in mind you only get 3 runs every 3 days, so technically a run a day, I would not really recommend pulling the 2 chest. I'd stick with the 1 chest. If you're going to get that rare, you're going to get it. If not, you're not. So just accept it whichever way it goes. Now this one is when you do grind out that Trillium D. As you can see, I've got 1,500, but it's costing me 4,200 to actually do it. But with this, I'm actually getting the uncommon dust as well, and some of the epic dust towards the research. So again, it's 80, 20, 33, and then again, there's the increase in the rewards and how much it's going to cost as well. So it's nice the fact they actually put that information in there so you know what you're doing. But again, this is not a chest that I'm going to say go do the double pull, because you might not even have time to do it. So take it as you will. Now your raw Trillium D, you will need to upgrade the officers. So just bear that in mind. You will need it to upgrade the officers, and there is another reason for it. I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah, the liquid Trillium D store. This one right here. So in here, you've got some shards towards the holodeck parts to upgrade your holodeck. Extremely valuable, yes, considering that it sources out 3 Enterprise E officers: Data, Picard, and Troy. Data and Picard are the 2 most valuable. Well, Data's the most valuable out of all 3 of them. But Troy definitely has some uses as well. And again, here's your odds for it. The small one is going to be your best odds. Obviously large, not much better. Now, I will say that all these will increase the higher level you are. So just watch out for that one. So by all means, keep doing your research as well. Now, as you can see as well, there are some tokened resources, and basically what it's going to do is pay out some tokens and some raw resources. This is what I'm getting for Ops 46 to 49. For a 46, 25 billion is actually quite good. For a 49, it's okay. It's okay. But again, it's needing raw Trillium to do. And it's just going to give you a guaranteed pull on all of them. But again, as you start going higher, this is the operations 50. Oh, hell. I do apologise. Right. So it's increasing the number of tokens. But again, 25 to 50 billion steel. Yes, absolutely. Because it's going to cost you a few trillion to move yourself through the 50s. Does it go any higher than the 50s? Oh no, here we go. Here's the cost. So Operation 61 as well. The chest also rewards regular and tokened Sigma resources. So when you're in the Sigma area, you'll get these. I think it's a fixed amount when you go through all the way through the 60s, but the 61s, but there are certain blocks where you'll get a set amount. Again, the charts are available on its Lubes Discord, also the Officer Tool Discord, and as well RevJuice as well. I think DJ might have some as well. Next one is Forbidden Technology. This is going to give you some tier up catalysts, Forbidden Tech reactors, and of course some protomatter. As you can see, you're going to get a guarantee on at least the protomatter. Everything else is under RNG. So here you go. There's your chances for all the stuff. The small quant, and then obviously each one is broken down into its constituents: small, medium, and large. And then of course increasements with the increased costs as well. Again, Trillium D 150. I would probably say that this one is actually the more valuable out of them, because obviously working on your Q's trials, you're going to want to upgrade all that Forbidden Technology. So I would say that this is probably the more valuable one out of this chest. But again, it's going to come down to what you decide. And again, it is locked by ops as well. Next one is the NX-01 crew. Pulls are crap in here. I'm not going to lie. It is terrible. You're only going to guarantee 2 rolls of an officer shard, and it's 1, 2, or 3. Seriously? And then you got to split it between all the officers, and the chances are equal across the board. So, yeah, to me, this is ridiculous. But it's like 300 for one chest. Really? It's going to take you ages just to save that up. Especially on a 20-hour cooldown refinery. So, next up is your operation level for your Rift keys. As you can see here, going in here, getting your Rift keys, you got your commons, your uncommons, and your premiums. So you have a chance of getting at least 1 premium pull, a chance of getting half an uncommon run, and easy 1 run of common. So the chances on these, so you're going to get 2 guaranteed rolls of the common, 1 guaranteed of the uncommon, 1 chance of the premium. Yeah, 1 chance of the premium. The other 2 had guaranteed rolls. So here's your odds. 45% chance on either the 100 or 200 keys, and then 10% on 300. The uncommon, 35% chance on the 50 or 100, and then 20-10. And then 2% chance on the premium, but again, it's a 90-10 as well. Ops 51, the rewards do increase, but a higher trade-off costs as well. So this is one I'm going to pull. Let's see what we actually get. Okay, so we've got 2 uncommons. So that's 2 runs at the uncommon and 2 runs at the common. So that's all right, because that means I can go to that system and actually just grind it out. Just grind out a load of loot. And then, of course, we've got the Mirror Dust. So coming in, as you can see, 230 to pull this. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. This is stuff that you're going to need towards your research, which we will look at in just a minute. So obviously you've got common, uncommon, rare, and epic in here. So, I mean, that's actually quite nice, 234, but I guarantee the pull rate's going to be small. So you're going to have 3 guaranteed rolls of Mirror Dust, each contained in small, medium, or large. Rarity chances, uncommon and uncommon are 30% chance each. Rare's at 20% and epic is at 20%. Ooh. And here's your chances of the quantities. 62.5% for the small, 31.25 for the medium, and 6.25 for the large. Yeah. So, looking at 234 epic dust, you're going to have a 20% chance of actually getting any. And then you've got to, if you want that large, it's going to break that 20% down by an extra 100, and you only got 6% chance of actually getting it. Yeah. I hate all this RNG in this game. It's ridiculous. Just go to guaranteed. Do guaranteed. Give players a guaranteed amount. There's too much currencies in this game. There's too much RNG. I can't help but think that the RNG is playing towards the killing of how much bandwidth they've got available. So, but that was just a thought I had yesterday. But anyway, so that's the dust. That's the refinery. Your choice whether you want to go for it. We're not going to bother with the tokens. We're just going to keep building them up now. Have I covered everything? We haven't covered the trade downs, have we? So there is the trade downs in here, which is a good thing because obviously we're used to the trade downs. So obviously you can see that premiums will trade down to the uncommon. So 20 premium is going to give you one run at the uncommon areas. So yeah, okay, that's fine. And then obviously you've got premium trade down to the standard common ones as well at 10 to 100. So yeah, I would not recommend doing it because the premiums are going to be a nightmare to source. And then of course you've got your dust as well. And it's nice to see they've put a plus button so you can actually put more in as well. But yeah, so that's pretty much all that. We're not going to touch on the other ones. One shows you how it works. We're used to the trade downs and how they work. So let's jump to the research. If I can stop this pissing indigestion. And now, so you're going to click on the mirror. So this is all the research, as you can see, what they're going to have. Now, this is your refinery payouts. There is 11 levels to it. So I'm guessing it's going to reset every time that you actually do one of these. And as you can see, it's just basically increasing the amount of payouts that you're getting. First level is obviously going to be by 20%. Wow. So, but topping out level 11 at 820%. So, I mean, we'll click on that and we'll have a quick look at the refinery again. So let's get this one done. It's only 2,000 latinum, so I'm not bothered about the excess. So just quickly do this one, and that's that one done. Not enough to do the next one. Next one here as well as another one is increasing the amount of raw trillium that you actually get from the hostile. So I would recommend doing this one. So, and it doesn't look like the power increases with that one as well. So, okay, fair dues. Then obviously you got your premium ones here at the bottom as well. Now working towards through this as well, it's going to start giving you that new apex barrier that was introduced to the game. You are going to need that for the higher level hostiles because they do punch like a cunt. They really do. But I mean, this is your start of it. It's only giving you 100. Not exactly an awful lot. That's about, if you remember the maths, we're saying 100 XP, right, with 10,000 barrier makes that 100 XP 200. Not XP, HP, sorry. 20,000 would make that 100 HP 300. So for me, this is only fine. That's only 1%. 1%. Yeah. That's turning my 100 HP to 101 HP. Go! Oh, for that little one. Oh, for that little one. And then the next level's not even going to be much. So, but yeah, I mean, this is just standard. And then obviously tops out at 600 barrier. So it is a common though. So don't expect too much from it. So, and then obviously you've got this increasing your mining rate as well. So I've already done that. So basically I'm actually at 2,000. Yeah, if it's 2,000 already and I'm still looking at the mining times that I've got, definitely not worth it. So probably more looking at along the lines of I don't know, say level 4, where you're at 12,000, that might actually be more beneficial for you to actually waste some time with a miner. Other than that, stick to the grinding. Just stick to the grinding. Go for those mega chests. Absolutely. There is a lot of stuff in here. The one thing that really does irk me off though is because they said that they're going to add Syndicate XP to this. It's the penultimate pissing research. The penultimate research. Really? I mean, it starts off nice at 1,000 and then tops out at 10,000. So that's brilliant. A lot of epic dust needed for that one. But why it's there, I really do not know. The most valuable part of this, besides the barrier, is right at the end. Only Scopely would put something in nice for the players and then screw it up. But anyway, that's the Mirror Universe. Literally from start to finish. Get your tokens, go grind. Or mine. Entirely up to you. And then come do some research for this new barrier. Power Creep, you gotta love it. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Are you actually enjoying the Mirror Universe side of things? Does the refinery actually have some value for you? Let me know in the comment section down below. But until then, time for me to run. I've got stuff to do and get my daughter ready for her dance rosettes tomorrow. She'll ace it. But anyway, thank you for joining me. I'm Admiral Pegasus. This is the Pegasus Show. Stay safe, live long and prosper, and I shall catch you on the next one. Goodbye.